Okay, once you can sit into a full squat, hang out here. I do this every night, been doing this for at least the last 2 years, and sit in a full squat position. And see if you can do this, and I am going to do this here for 10 minutes, and I'll video it for 10 minutes just for proof that I've been here for 10 minutes, and just learn to sit in that squat position. And then you're going to learn to gently pry your hips. So what you can do is gently, with each elbow, just pry your hips, toe out comfortably, and just start to gently pry. You can bounce up and down a little bit. There we go. And one of my favorite things is this. I get dog licks during my squat. And it's one of the best things in the world. You talk about therapy. This is one of the best therapies on the planet. Meet Frodo. He is our number 3 dog. Rescue all of them. And he's about 7 different dogs. We did have him tested. And he is a therapy dog, fully trained by my wife. And he is just awesome. Every morning I get licks. Every evening I get licks. He is absolutely the best. And he loves when we scratch his belly. So that's what we do. And then I get the licks. So this is what my squat is like most nights. I get lots of licks. And I just gently pry. Gently pry. And just find your rhythm. Find a gentle rhythm and let your hips, think about your hips loosening up. I was explaining in another video, based on your anatomy, some people have a very, very deep socketed hip. So the ball is called the head of the femur. The femur is a thigh bone. And the socket's called the acetabulum. And sometimes the socket is really, really deep. And sometimes the socket is really shallow, and it just depends on where you come from. Dr. Stuart McGill discusses this, and people, for instance, of Polish descent may be more likely to have a shallower socket, and they're able to get into a deeper squat. So you can't force your anatomy too much, because then you can do some damage. So if you do have a very deep socketed anatomy, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get into that deep position. But get as deep as you can and then just gently pry. So I can pry this one out and just hold it there for a little while. All the while I'm trying to not slouch like this, keep myself up straighter, pry that one out, hold it, hold it, hold it, pry this one out, hold it, hold it, hold it. Then I can get the elbows deeper in between my knees, and can I get my fists here, and then I can push out and really just gently pry. Now, one thing that I need to work on is my thoracic mobility. So what I can do is get down here and rotate, and then rotate out the other way. So I try to get, in this case, my left shoulder down, reaching up, trying to keep my feet flat. And I can do that a few times. And just everything is slow, gentle, like a moving meditation. Do not force anything. Don't force the position. Just gently stay here. What I frankly like to do is I just breathe. I close my eyes, try to really slow down my breathing. It's the evening now, so it's about an hour before I'm going to get to sleep, and I just want to get that parasympathetic input and just slow everything down. I have found that post-workout, one of the best things I can do is just do that slow breathing, pranayama and yoga, just slow everything down. And that really helps my recovery. I love doing this at the end of the day. It did take a little while for this to get comfortable so I could stay in this position for 10 full minutes. If, if you can do this straight away, more power to you. But it took me months to get comfortable enough to just stay here. Certain days are easier than others, but now it's just gotten to the point where it's quite comfortable to just sit here and sit in the squat. So we are at about 5 minutes and 30 seconds now. So we still have a ways to go. So I'm going to just keep gently prying, and breathing. Really, really important for your hips to open them up. It'll make your loaded squat. Would never put a load on my body. I would not wear a weighted vest in this position and stay here for a length of time. That would just be too much. I just want to sink everything down, and you're really working on your tendons and ligaments. They do not respond quickly, so everything is just nice and slow. Always working, again, on keeping my knees out, keeping my torso from folding down like this. I want to try to keep it up and just pushing out and pushing out. Sometimes I kind of like to bounce up and down a little bit and just sway. And again, for almost all of this time, my eyes are closed. And there's Frodo. Come here, Frodo. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Yes. And it's just wonderful to have a big guy like this. He's about 75 pounds. 75 pounds of fluffy love. There he is. Yes, we love Frodo. We kept all the names of our rescues. And he was named Frodo. And he just had a look in that cage that said, you have to take me because I need a home. Okay, come on down. Down, Fro. Come on. Yes. 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 He is just pure parasympathetic input. Frodo could be nicknamed parasympathetic. He is just awesome for that. Get those licks on the head. Yep. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Fro. Yep. Oh, yes. Thank you, Fro. Wow, lots of licks tonight. So we have about a minute and a half left. And I'm just going to try to really sit back even more. Get my weight back, going back that way. Just opening up my hips. Kind of doing those gentle circles. Just gentle around. It's amazing how much the slow breathing just helps open up your joints. If you haven't experienced that, just practice it. It is truly, truly amazing how relaxed you can get by just focusing on the breathing, especially the expiration. Breathe out as long as you can. As long as you can, nice and slow. there you have it. We're just about 10 minutes. I think I started about 15 seconds into starting the video. So we'll just add a couple more seconds here. And then when I get out of this position, I don't stand up. One hand back, two hands back. Slide my feet along the ground as I sit down. And I'm just going to shake out. And then I continue with a few more stretches, all active, and that's it. So practice this. I guarantee you it will be worth your time. All right.